Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have called this meeting today to conclude our path forward with respect to the NSA spying crisis of the past couple of years. This is an issue that has adversely affected everyone in our industry. Article after article is appearing claiming that the NSA spying is causing tech industries across the board billions of dollars. As this NSA activity continues, more and more of our consumers are beginning to doubt that we can protect their information adequately. This is an issue that, if not dealt with, will undoubtedly lead to greater suspicion by the public and less revenue generated through the normal streams that Yahoo has come to depend on. Yahoo, by the very nature of its name, has always been equated with having fun on the internet. Whether the consumer is doing research or just hanging out in a chat room, the same amount of security and privacy is expected. But with the government gathering more and more information on individuals and businesses, it has become more and more difficult to ensure our consumers' private information be maintained in a secure fashion. Since the terrorist attacks of 9/11 in 2001 and the advent of the Patriot Act, two things have occurred. Access to the internet and speeds of the internet have increased exponentially. Also, the ability to collect and store large amounts of data has become so prevalent that it is not uncommon to see private users with libraries of video, audio, and images equaling several terabytes. Our own servers can store massive amounts of user data for marketing and billing purposes that were not even dreamed of just 10 years ago. As a result, Yahoo and many other tech companies did not adequately prepare for this increase, nor did we have any reason to believe that the government would ever become so aggressive in their data mining efforts. We now have found ourselves painted into a corner that will require creative and determined efforts to step out of. Assigning blame for where we currently find ourselves is unproductive at this point, and in the short or long term simply does not matter to our users. At Yahoo, we need to concentrate on fixing the problem, not blaming the government or other activities at companies that compete with us directly or indirectly. This has proven to be a difficult task inasmuch as Yahoo, like any other company or individual, must follow the rule of law. Many of our attempts to protect our consumers' private information have been thwarted by court orders and even in some cases threats of imprisonment. After much departmental discussion, it has become abundantly clear that our best weapons in combating this invasion of our consumers' privacy are education, communication, and transparency. Since we began in March of 1994, Yahoo has continued to grow. In December of 1994, we celebrated 1 million hits. In March of 1995, we went public, and now 18 years later, our brand has continued to grow to include not only one of the largest search engines on the web, but also email servers, a worldwide directory, a news department, image storage platforms, and chat rooms. Now we receive billions of page visits every day and have well over 400 million unique visitors. All the while, we have been collecting data on consumers for marketing purposes, yet somehow we failed our consumers by neglecting to set up a crisis management plan, nor did we take the appropriate steps to keep the data we collected secure and anonymous. Now we have, on multiple occasions, been ordered to surrender this data to FISA courts and the NSA PRISM surveillance program. It is true that we've had some significant victories in court, but the time and expense could have been minimized had we used better judgment in the beginning. Having recognized these errors, it is now time to correct them. However, correcting them will require a collaborative effort on the part of Yahoo and the consumers that visit our global sites every day. It is not only American citizens that are having their right to privacy violated, but visitors from all around the world that may use Yahoo for financial transactions or commerce in the United States, or consumers that communicate with people inside the United States over our global network. It is our obligation to protect the rights of any of our consumers regardless of where they may reside. It is uncommon for any company in a PR crisis situation this widespread and significant to take the responsibility for past errors in an attempt to repair damage done to the brand. However, in our case, at Yahoo, it seems like the most appropriate place to start. We must become transparent in the way we collect data and store it, and we must be proactive in how we communicate our activities to the consumer. Finally, we must educate the consumer on their rights and our limited ability to protect them in a situation where a court order dictates we surrender that data for national security reasons. When the consumer begins to understand that only the legislative process can effectively protect these privacy rights, then the consumer will be better armed in the effort to protect their own rights. Our first initiative should be to publicly apologize for our past neglect, followed by a comprehensive disclosure of what information is requested, how it is released, and what it is being used for. We can accomplish these tasks through press releases, social media, blog postings, and discussion boards that are readily accessible by the consumer. Through these various forms of media, we not only make this information available, but also explain the glossary of terms used in the industry that may be unfamiliar to the consumer. In the following chart, we see an example of a request for data from Yahoo. Through visual aids of this nature, we can explain to the public how this data is broken down and distributed. In the following slide, we can see a list of terms that work as a legend explaining the graph itself. To further ensure visitors' privacy and security, we can begin to offer similar services that we already provide, but no longer require the consumer to give up vital information that can be used to identify them personally or put them at risk of an identity theft scenario. As we begin to roll out these new services, we will use every media from television to tweets to rebrand ourselves as the all-new and more secure Yahoo. While these tactics may initially have an adverse effect on revenues, the added promises of more security for the consumer should benefit us with an increase in numbers and new users. As users and consumers begin to equate the new Yahoo with a more secure environment, a more transparent and balanced news service, and a no-scam email interface, it is our hope that they will return to Yahoo in greater numbers than ever before. Many people realize that other search engines may skew results to benefit advertisers or corporate agendas. Yahoo must overcome any form of damage done by this practice in the Yahoo search engine. To do so, Yahoo search results must be organic in nature and not manipulated by various ad programs. Keywords are an effective and fair way to improve search results without unfairly influencing the results of one merchant over another. Searches and related IP addresses will no longer be stored on Yahoo's servers. If the consumer wishes to save searches, that can be easily done within the browser of their choice. All monetary transaction methods will be secure within the servers, and vital information will only be saved if the consumer requests it for convenience. These are simple steps that can drastically increase the number of users that feel comfortable using the improved Yahoo network. Through continued innovations and improvements to Yahoo services, transparency, a commitment to place the Yahoo consumer's needs first, a dedication to protecting the privacy and security, and a platform that consistently educates and communicates openly with the consumer, the Yahoo brand can be salvaged, repaired, and brought back stronger than ever. In time, Yahoo will see not only millions of returning and new users, but also a network of Yahoo brand evangelists who will enthusiastically profess to others that there is a better and safer way to search, shop, socialize, and sell on the internet. Thank you for your time.